Hi, this is Pranav Gautam and you're watching Pranav Gautam Reviews. It's been a while since my first review came up. For those who haven't seen it, I reviewed AMD Lano last time. And today I'll be reviewing BlackWidow Ultimate 2 Dragon Age Edition by Razer. Okay, firstly let's talk about the box. The use of glossy and matte finish in contrast makes it quite an eye candy. There's also a cutout provided for you to feel the keyboard. At the back of the box there are some facts and figures related to the keyboard given. For example, like individually backlit keys, gaming optimized key matrix around WSAD keys, mechanical key architecture. We'll talk about them in just a moment. Talking about the contents of the box, along with the keyboard you also get manuals which include certificate of authenticity, quick start guide and a product catalog which has almost every product made by Razer that is available in the market these days. For example, Mamba, Lechesis, Naga. Something exclusive to the Dragon Age edition is this Dragon Age 2 coupon which unlocks the Ring of Whispers. There's a key given behind this coupon with which you can redeem this accessory in your game. I really don't know what this means because I'm not a Dragon Age player. So overall the packaging is aesthetically pleasing and let's see what the keyboard has to offer to us. Okay, now let's talk about the keyboard itself. As you may see, it has a clean layout. At least I like it clean and simple. Razer has tried to maintain the classic keyboard look. It gives a very classy and professional look when you take it to some LAN gaming competition or any such place. Moreover, the Dragon Age 2 graphics, as you may notice, adds to the appeal, and so does the red blacklight, which is exclusive to some of the special editions of BlackWidow Ultimate. Okay, unlike many keyboards available in the market these days, the status LEDs in BlackWidow Ultimate are decent. Decent means that they are not OLED. Moreover, talking about the glossy look of the keyboard, Razer has given a glossy look to its body. It's very nice to see, but it's a pain to maintain. It easily catches fingerprints, oils and dirt. As far as the fonts used on the keycaps, as you may see, the fonts used on the keycaps, it reminds me of the older Unix system. So me being a fan of Linux and Unix systems, I really like the font used in this keyboard. Razer has maintained a neat layout for its media keys. That is, instead of providing a different set for media keys which they used to do in their earlier keyboards like Lycosa Mirror, they have provided a FN key by replacing the Windows key on the right hand side of the keyboard. So when you press FN key and you cycle through F1 to F3, you'll be able to control the volume of your system, and similarly when you press FN key you cycle through F5 to F8, you'll be able to control the media. Okay, as far as the backlighting of this keyboard is concerned, the backlighting is in red color. That is exclusive to Dragon Age 2 and some other special editions of BlackWidow Ultimate. The keys are individually lit, which results in brighter and even lighting, which is very hard to spot in other keyboards available in the market. Moreover, the 5 levels of lighting lets you adjust it according to your taste and comfort. I'll just show you the 5 different levels. You can access the levels by pressing function key, that is FN key, which they have provided by replacing the right side Windows key, and pressing F12. So while you press FN and F12, it will cycle through the 5 levels of lighting. So first level is no lighting at all, that is switched off. Second level is low lighting. Third being the middle setting of lighting. Fourth being the highest level of lighting. And at the 5th level you get a pulsating light. You'll notice it in a while. Means it switches off automatically and then turns back to the highest position. I personally use the pulsating lights only when I am listening to music. Otherwise I can't figure out a use for it anyways. Okay, one more thing. As we all know that Razer is the third ever manufacturer to offer a backlit mechanical keyboard. So this places Razer above many of its competitors like SteelSeries for example. Okay, now let's talk about the switches used in the keyboard. Razer has used plate mounted Cherry MX Blue switches which comes with a 50G actuation force and a key distance of 2 mm to actuation with 4 mm to bottom. This makes the keys feel lighter than many other mechanical keyboards, but still, because these are blue switches that are being used, so they are tactile and clicky in nature. The keycaps used in Razer BlackWidow Ultimate are powder coated in black color, that is they are transparent by default, and the primary legends are laser etched, that is why they are backlit. The secondary legends on the other hand are pad printed, that is the reason they are not lit. For some it might be a drawback that the secondary legends are not lit, for some it might not matter. Most of the coating used for the keys, because it's a coating, it's a powder coating, it raises a question in regards to its longevity and durability. But anyways, a gamer changes its keyboard every year or so I really don't think a gamer will be concerned with the quality of the keys. Okay, talking about the material used in BlackWidow Ultimate. The material used for the body and the keycaps is 100% ABS as far as I know, and this says a lot about its build quality. Okay, as far as the cable of the keyboard is concerned, it's nicely braided. There's a junction box which splits the main cable into 4 distinct endpoints. One audio pass-through, one mic pass-through, one USB pass-through, and one keyboard USB. So you don't have to necessarily plug in both the USBs. If you don't want to use the USB pass-through, you can just avoid the USB pass-through because it's clearly mentioned port. Okay, a slight drawback with BlackWidow Ultimate 2 is that they have placed the media and the USB pass-throughs on the right hand side of the keyboard, which sometimes may interfere with the mouse movement. So you cannot have a free mouse movement. In some scenarios, there is no space for the keyboard on the mouse pad, so you may find the USB device or the media pass-through connectors to be interfering with the mouse movement. BlackWidow Ultimate also boasts of fully programmable key plus 5 additional gaming keys with on-the-fly macro plus 10 customizable software profiles with on-the-fly switching and a gaming mode option for deactivating Windows keys amidst playing the game. To take the advantage of the fully programmable keys, you have to download the software from Razer's site specific to the BlackWidow Ultimate Edition because there is no CD or any sort of software bundled along with the keyboard. So just to program a key, you click on the key, select one of the options available, and the key will be programmed accordingly. You can manage your profile from the same software and even the macros. Okay, when it comes to BlackWidow Ultimate, the keyboard is definitely anti-ghosting, but it's not N key rollover. It's a 2 key rollover keyboard. Okay, and some of the basic combos which we use in games like Street Fighter, that is ZX plus C, won't work. And missing N key rollover is not because of the USB limitation, because if that would have been the case, at least 6 plus 4 key rollover support would have been there. Still, I tried to connect it using a PS2 connector and the keyboard still acted in a 2 key rollover fashion. So maybe the diodes are missing and the Razer forgot to plant the diodes in a hurry to get the product out. So to validate what I said earlier, I'll just use Aqua's key test software to demonstrate that ZX plus C won't work, and taking the worst case scenario when telling anything about the key rollover fashion of the keyboard, you'll get to know that it's a 2 key rollover. I'm pressing Z plus X, now I'm pressing C, but there's no C. Means C is not getting registered. And talking about anti-ghosting and N-key rollover, companies generally have created a market hype and promote this key rollover functionality of their keyboard by saying it's anti-ghosting. But ghosting is altogether a different phenomena. Ghosting is when you press 2 or 3 keys and a 4th key gets registered automatically, because the keys are laid out in a matrix. The underneath circuit acts as a matrix, and when you press 3 keys in one particular matrix set, the 4th key automatically gets registered. To avoid this, companies started placing diodes to stop the flow of the current to a specific key. So definitely anti-ghosting is something you can find in almost every keyboard these days. But N-key rollover is something we are concerned with right now when it comes to gaming, because this may create a hassle when playing games like Street Fighter, or some other combos might not work, so it can be a hassle while playing games. Otherwise, while doing other work like typing or something, it doesn't really matter. These days, companies have created a market hype by saying that their keyboard support 1000 Hz ultra polling, that is 1 millisecond response time. Needless to say, when it comes to keyboards, anything above 400 Hz is a complete waste of resources, because a human delay is something which we cannot encounter using a 1000 Hz ultra polling keyboard. So it's actually making your CPU pull the keyboard more than what you can actually use. So according to me, it's a waste of resources. So I don't really care that if the keyboard is 400 Hz or 1000 Hz ultra polling. But okay, if you care for it, BlackWidow Ultimate does have this feature. No doubt Razer has come up with a good product, but it could have been better if the guys at Razer R&D Center would have paid a little more attention to making it N-key rollover using a PS2 support like many other keyboards available in the market, or at least 6 plus 4 key rollover on a USB. Missing out on these features at a tag of $130 or near to what you can say 7,000 rupees definitely makes the keyboard a lot less lucrative. But then Razer's main market is on set with the gamers who are just following the mechanical hype. However, it's Razer's first mechanical keyboard, and at least I didn't expect them to get it all right in the first time. I wish that Razer would not commit such mistakes in future. And in the end, I would like to thank Mr. D.V. Saini and Shashank Bhandaru for providing me with the review samples. Thank you, and stay tuned for my next review.